First of all, a lot of new big projects coming soon. Hola, konnichiwa, Anaon, hello zusammen, buenos dias. Hello everyone, tell me in the comment how do you do because it's very important for me. Welcome to this podcast Design Your Life. My name is Serve Mecha. I'm a designer and entrepreneur. I'm here to help you to reach the next level. If you are interested by design, skills and investment, you are in the right place. Schönen Tag now. So let's get started. What you have to know if you want to do a master in industrial design. Studies for product designer is accessible with a general baccalaureate SESL or baccalaureate STI. Mention applied arts or baccalaureate STD2A. Design and applied arts. Several courses are possible to obtain a diploma from Bachelor +2 to Bac +5. Product design is activities of designing everyday objects manufactured in single piece or in a large series in an industrial way. As an institution of the object, the product designer works for a multitude of industrial or even artisanal sectors. Skills. An industrial designer needs autonomy in the development of an industrial design project, mastery of 2D and 3D drawing and modeling software, realization of prototypes, curiosity, creativity, and good taste. Designers use their creative and technical skills to produce a variety of products, smartphones and laptops, transportation devices such as automobiles and yachts, furniture, tables, lamp, appliances, as well as shoes and fashion accessories. Other products follows a design method that aims to understand the context and requirements of users, to solve problems and foster innovation, to find solutions that are aesthetically attractive, captivating, innovating, and functional. About my experience, first of all, to make a choice is not easy. Maybe you are lost and you're wondering which study to do. There's a lot of possibility and opportunity for you as a student. Yes, it's not easy to make choice. I realize a lot of students try different studies at university and maybe they didn't take the good way they really want. A lot of students try something, after a few times they gave up or they change studies to take a new way. It's very important to consider this, what they really want, what they really need. If you decided to start a new year in industrial design, there's a lot of things to know. I want to share you my experience in industrial design. At the beginning, I didn't have a good vision. I know I want to start a master's degree in industrial design after finished my year in furniture and cabinet making. I want to continue my process. I was very interested by the creativity to do this master degree in industrial design. A very good opportunity for me. About my experience, to do a master degree in industrial design, you have a lot of interesting courses and you learn a lot. Everything is very interesting, technical, theoretical and practical courses. You learn about industrial design. You have philosophy, psychology, sketching, drawing. Material courses very important to know as an industrial designer. You have an ergonomic courses to master different program you need as an industrial designer. In my first year, I have a course with Adobe Suite. It's include Photoshop, Illustrator, and Design. This year, I discovered an interesting program I learned. I started to improve my skills in different 3D programs. It's very important to realize this as an industrial designer. You introduce your industrial design product. You have an exam, a jury. It's very important to test your abilities and skills as an industrial designer, to test your hard skills and soft skills. You are going to design this first year. Each year you learn a new skills, different courses, and you improve yourself in different fields, technical, practical, and theoretical courses, interesting courses. You start to learn a blender. In my second year of industrial design, you need to do your render. It's very important to have a good presentation of your industrial design project. The second year was similar as the first year. New courses, you learn a lot about the history of electricity, theory you need to apply and to know as an industrial designer, different skills you need to build, to design your industrial design product. Is very important to improve your 3D modeling, your sketching skills, your ability to introduce your industrial design product, to experience how you could improve your technical plans, your rendering, how you could and build your industrial design product. Process of industrial designer by different phases, steps. An industrial designer express this idea to create, to build some new concepts. As an industrial designer, you have a lot of abilities and skills to develop and to innovate in different fields, to master different skills. Soft skills and hard skills is very important. Keyshot, Photoshop, Adobe Suite, Illustrator, AutoCAD, other program. Student has privilege to master program before start the industrial design study. It's just about what you really want. It's very important to consider this. This year could be long. You need to be patient because to start a master takes time. As an industrial designer, you need a lot of things. You need to learn about industrial design story, to be interested by everything, by your environment, by our society, by people from the industrial revolution to our century. Is very interesting to understand the history of industrial design. Famous industrial designer who changed the world, our society by industrial design products they build, they create, and they innovate. To do a master in industrial designer is not easy. You need to learn a lot of things, a lot of knowledge, soft skills and hard skills. At university as a student, maybe you just have to experience to start first year and to take this decision, and maybe after you want to continue the second year and to accomplish your industrial design master degree. While you study, you have a lot of projects to build, to create, and to concept. You have a lot of concept. You learn a lot. You learn how to improve your industrial design products, how to make a value for your clients. Your clients, consumer, your user is very important to consider this. As an industrial designer, this function is to improve the quality of people's life by the different industrial design products you build. In our century, innovation and technology is very important. I remember I had sociology, methodology of industrial design. Law course is very important to know about the norm to apply for your industrial design product and the norm of technology and innovation. Law course is very interesting because I learned a lot of things. Ergonomic course was very interesting to focus your intention when you concept your industrial design products. Ergonomic make it easy to use for your customer and user, how you could improve the quality of people's life. With different projects and concepts, every student design in this 5 year to experience every project we build, from the concept, the sketching, to launch your industrial design projects. Different phases of industrial design are very important to consider, to think about what the user and consumer really want, to focus your intention on the economic part. You learn to mastering different 3D and rendering programs, Keyshot, Rhino, Maya, SolidWorks. There's a lot of interesting 3D and rendering modeling programs. About my experience while your master's degree, at the beginning I didn't have a lot of skills in 3D and rendering programs. I just started to learn these programs when I realized I could invest in myself. It's just about my investment. At the end of your years, you introduce different industrial design projects, you build, you concept, you design. This time could be very stressful, different year of your master's degree. Learning industrial design process takes time, and you need to be patient to improve yourself, to learn different hard skills and soft skills, and to become confident and consistent in different fields to improve your abilities and skills you need as an industrial designer. As a student, it's very difficult to consider how much time you need to build your industrial design product. You start from the sketch, from the ideation, to launch, to introduce your industrial design product in your exam pass. Maybe a year takes a lot of time or not. It depends about your own investment. And I realized, oh, I could invest in myself long time after to start my industrial design degree. For me, it's very important to consider adversity and diversity of your industrial design study. I have an evolution from my first year of industrial design to my second master in industrial design. Every year I had with the different way, the different experience, the different knowledge. I learned a lot of things, a lot of tools. I start to be interested more in the history of industrial design, every way I need as an industrial designer. To start an industrial design degree could change your vision and your paradigm of our society. Industrial design study make it easy to think differently, to think outside the box, to think about how you could improve the quality of people's life. Our society is very interesting and important in this century. Designer, architect, artist, engineer, and other people change our society and improve the quality of people's life. And you need to work with technology and innovation. Self-investment, I talked about this in the previous video, and I talked about how you could improve your abilities and skills as an industrial designer. My experience about adversity and diversity, while my different years of studies, I passed by different phases, stress and anxiety, times and period when I designed different industrial design products. This adversity and diversity to force myself to quit my comfort zone, force my confidence, force my vision of industrial design process, to force myself to take some new risks, to force myself to discipline myself and to start to invest in myself, to improve my confidence, to become more efficient. The difference between my second master's degree and my first year in industrial design, my vision of industrial design process was wrong. I worked so hard in the first 2 to 3 years I had. I just focused my intention on the hard working. I didn't was confident and consistent at the time, and I didn't was efficient in every industrial design product I built. I didn't have a lot of abilities and skills as an industrial designer, and I need to learn more and to learn about industrial design process and how I could improve myself, to forge myself as an industrial designer, to improve my abilities and skills, soft skills and hard skills. Stressful environment is not easy to consider. Every project I work on wasn't easy for me, but it learned me a lot of things to work more efficient. And when I realized this, everything changed after. When I started my first master in industrial design, I changed my vision of industrial design process. I continued to do hard working but differently. How I could invest in myself, improve my confidence to become more consistent, work less but more efficiently. About my industrial design studies, I had internship in different design agencies and companies. These experiences improved my abilities and skills as an industrial designer. I learned about the process of these different companies, about the different phases from the concept to launch, to introduce a new industrial design product in the market, different profile of worker in intern as an industrial designer is very important to experience internship in these master degrees, how they make the value in our society from the concept to launch. To work with different profile of people was very interesting for me. Work with the real context impact. While these master degrees, you have a lot of collaborations, workshop, interesting activities with industrial design students. You have a lot of interesting projects. If you are interested to do an industrial design immersion in another country, to have this experience will learn you a lot about language, culture, and to learn more, to mix with industrial design, to live a big adventure. Go ahead. I didn't decided to do immersion. I focused my intention on my industrial design project while my different years of industrial design. Pecha method is very interesting. I recommend you to experience this method to improve your abilities and skills as an industrial designer, to introduce your industrial design product. If you pass an exam or test, it improves my confidence. Right now, let's talk about your first master and your second master's degree in industrial design. About my experience, this year you focus your intention in your memory. In this first year, you start to think about your memory you are going to do. In industrial design study, you have two memories, one for theoretical courses with a thematic could be in link with your industrial design memory, so it's very important to make the difference. Memory methodology, an interesting course I had, help you and give you abilities and skills to start your memory, theoretical memory and your practical memory. There's a lot of interesting subjects to choose. When you start your memory, you are going to invest in yourself, give your energy in all your time to build your memory, your technical, your practical memory. The research with books, with interview, with meeting with people, and with the redaction, with writing, text writing, is very important to consider this. The process to do a memory takes time. It takes 2 years. I started my memory in the first years of my master degree and I finished it in my second master's degree. For me, this long process and experience was very interesting to do. Whatever the adversity and diversity, it was a very interesting experience. No regrets. I think the best memory I do was these 2 years to discipline myself, to be patient, to invest in myself, in writing, in research, to become more confident and consistent and efficient in my work and my industrial design projects. It's a long process. It's not easy to start your memory at the beginning. As a student, which topic, which subjects to choose, and how to work, which tool you need, which method to do to be efficient in your research. Right now, let's talk about my final industrial design project. I finished my industrial design year in the pandemic time, and this year was very difficult. I worked in the very stressful environment. Pandemic time has a big consequence on all of us at university, in our projects, in our psychology. To work and to felt anxiety every single day was very complicated. Every student in industrial design was very impacted by this consequence of pandemic times and lockdown. This year was very difficult to consider how I could finish my industrial design project at the same time to finish my memories consequence of the pandemic time and lockdown. To experience this adversity and diversity, I need this to finish my industrial design project. I was the graduate in industrial design. I had to quit my comfort zone, to discipline myself, to start to invest in myself, to change my paradigm, to start to believe in myself, to become more confident and consistent. I think investment is very important to grow up, to start your career. If you have different projects, at the time everything changes. If you want to learn more about design, skills, and investment, don't forget to comment below.